Good morning and welcome back, everyone. Most of you know I've been out on practicum, but also a big welcome back to those of you who weren't on prac. It's nice to be with you. As you can tell from the background, I'm not in the office this week. A bit of a change of scene for me, which is much needed actually. It's been a very, very busy but great few weeks, and hopefully you guys are feeling the same. This week in class we're looking at learning environments and the roles that teachers play within those environments, and we've got a bit of a contradiction going on here because the first part of the class looks at the role of ICT, or information communication technologies, and how we can use those and how we should be using those to support children's learning. But the second part of the class actually looks at active movement, which is another very, very important part of our curriculum and something which I think gets overlooked. It's something that always staggers me when I'm out doing practicum visits, the variation in terms of environments we have for children, particularly around the size. And I go to visit some settings and they have these amazing outdoor spaces with lots and lots of space for children to run and play and jump and climb and kick balls and all those things. And then you go to other services and there's just these little tiny spaces, particularly for young children, our under twos. And yet we know that so much of that gross motor development is actually going on during that time, and that they actually need space. They are just not made for sitting still. So I hope there's some thought-provoking topics and information and discussion in there for you this week. No doubt you are also hopefully planning and thinking ahead to the assignment that you have due next week for this paper. It's your last assessment for this paper. It's due to be submitted Friday the 20th of June, which I know is quite a busy day. You certainly have another assessment due on or before that day for your for 470 for those of you in that paper as well. So I've put in some tips and guidelines to bit of further guidance for you on that assignment. There shouldn't be any surprises in there though. But what I would say is I very, very, very strongly recommend that you go back and look at the feedback and the comments, so looking at the marking sheet but also the assignment themselves for the previous two for this paper, 471, and what I've said and what I've suggested that you need to work on. If you don't take that feedback on board, then chances are your marks are not going to get any higher than what you're getting. So if you want to improve, if you want to do better, and if you want to do as well as you can, then I suggest you pay careful attention to that feedback. And that might be going in and jotting down what I've said, made suggestions about correct referencing, where full stops go, where speech marks go, those kinds of things. Making sure that you're linking back to the point you've set, making sure that you're sticking to the task that you've been set, making sure that you're accessing a range of literature, not just relying on the study materials. I would expect to see at least 10 to 12 sources here. Probably more, and some of those coming from the study materials, but some that you're independently sourcing. So please do pay careful attention to that. Anyway, that's probably a bit of enough from me. As I said, I hope you're all well and good, and I'm looking forward to these final 2 weeks of classes. They are really important, and I know you've got a lot of assignments going on, but it's really important that you read the class notes, that you do the readings, because otherwise you're not going to be able to answer the assignment question in the in-depth ways that are required. Alright, so have a great week. As always, the support forums are there. If you have any questions about the assignment, please do come online and ask. I'm more than happy to help. Right, ka kite anō, have a great, other hand, right, have a great week everyone, bye.